Hello, everybody. Welcome to Connecting the Dots with Chuy, where we explore the paranormal, the unexplained, and the forbidden. Tonight, we're diving into one of the weirdest theories floating around the internet, a children's movie about monsters collecting screams and the conspiracy that says it was hiding something much darker. Was it just a funny animated movie, or do some people believe it symbolized fear, energy harvesting, and even adrenochrome? We're talking hidden meanings, conspiracy rabbit holes, elite rumors, and why people connected a Pixar movie to one of the internet's most controversial theories. From scream energy to fear as power, some people think the movie was trying to tell us something in plain sight. In the movie, monsters enter a children's room at night, not to eat them, but to harvest their screams. Fear becomes a source of power. The more terrified the child is, the more energy the system creates. An entire hidden world runs off the suffering and fear of children. The idea leads to claims surrounding adrenochrome, a chemical compound that has been heavily tied to elite trafficking conspiracies. They point to the symbolism, powerful figures feeding off fear, panic, and the innocence for their own benefit.
For a barrel of body parts and what's going to be adrenochrome, all the plumes that are in the woman's mother's wombs, that goes into a plastic barrel. That's $77,000. Now that gets sent into these biolabs.
Barrel oil,
$77,000 for a barrel of body parts of children, blood. All of that goes to these biolabs. And then now go to Victoria Nuland's testimony.
The biolabs, you're talking about the biolabs in Ukraine.
Correct.
What? How? Can
and wherever else those places are. So yes.
Walk through the supply chain of the supply into the biolabs. What do they take?
As far as I can't give you the molecular structure. I can give you
what's the input of the body parts?
Everything, all the waste, all the body waste, all of that. That's what they told me.
Which has the stimulant in it.
Yes, that's one way of getting it. It's probably not the ultimate way, but it's probably a Diet Coke.
Who's organizing that?
I would have to say definitely that it has to be in the three-letter agencies.
To them, the movie almost feels less like a cartoon and more like an allegory. In the movie, we see these monsters open thousands of doors, leading to the human dimension. The goal is easy: to scare the kids and use these containers to store their screams. There's a lot of hidden symbolism in this movie, from the all-seeing eye to the famous Disney where it shows how the Monsters Inc. company collects and uses the screams to keep their world going with this energy.
Well, Jerry, what's the damage so far?
We may actually make our quota today, sir.
Interesting. It may just be an innocent movie, but it may be a sign of something much more sinister and darker, especially around the Hollywood world. Adrenochrome is real, naturally occurring chemical compound produced by the oxidation of adrenaline, or epinephrine. First identified in the mid-19th century, it was studied in the 1950s for improving links to schizophrenia. It has no proven medical applications or psychedelic effects, and it can be easily synthesized in a laboratory. Now, this can also be achieved when a human is scared to the point where their blood releases adrenaline, and you have all this energy running through your body and system. Some reports say that the high they get from adrenochrome is like nothing else. In Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson movie described adrenochrome as a powerful drug as a fictionalized form. Researchers and historians have also pointed out similarities between these theories and much older blood libel myths. Accusations from medieval Europe claiming elites or minority groups used children's blood for rituals. This connects with Jeffrey Epstein. We know that these people ate, killed, and raped children. We have seen the files, whatever the Trump administration didn't retract from them. The FBI National Crime Information Center processes roughly 350,000 to 460,000 reports of missing children every year. Other places like the Child Crime Prevention and Safety Center say every 40 seconds a child goes missing or is abducted in the United States. Approximately 840,000 children are reported missing every year from their statistics. An estimated 8 million children are reported missing worldwide every year. This translates roughly to 22,000 children every year. United States leads this category with 460 annual missing children. Then it's the UK with 112,000. Then it's India, Germany, and Canada with below 100,000 missing children every year. Hollywood as a whole runs organized satanic ritual systems, or that celebrities are secretly harvesting energy and sacrificing people.
No, they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood.
Allegedly. There have been many artists and actors who have used this symbolism of eating kids and themes like masks, red rose, pentagrams, rebirth sacrifices, or selling your soul. Are often in theatrical aesthetics. Artists like the Beatles, Sammy Davis Jr., Marilyn Manson, to new age artists like Lady Gaga, Doja Cat, and Sam Smith. They also prey on child actors and artists. There have been many stories, including Corey Feldman.
I would imagine you believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Who you said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent.
Macaulay Culkin, Drake Bell, Justin Bieber.
I feel violated right now.
Say this, lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
Elijah Wood, and the list goes on and on. Bohemian Grove is also a big thing in Hollywood, where these elites gather and sacrifice or do reenactments of sacrificing someone to an owl god. As we know, Alex Jones already exposed this in the early 2000s.
Now believe, Swain, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign, ye fools and priests.
Newspapers, and that's the Bohemian Grove. And back in, what was it, 1996, when you joined as a Clinton advisor, the Republicans were criticizing you. Oh, what about Bohemian Grove? And then you countered them by saying, "Hey, I don't run around in the woods naked." What did that mean? Here is the before-mentioned Washington Times article where he said, "I didn't run around naked like they do."
I don't know what quote you're referring to. I'm not aware of any quote like that. Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that.
Let's get into spirit cooking. Spirit cooking is an art project and performance series created by Marina Abramovich in the 1990s. It became widely discussed online after leaked emails in 2016 mentioned a spirit cooking dinner, which fueled conspiracy theories connecting this to the occult rituals and political elites. This included a series of performances of art pieces, a cookbook art book with strange recipes, symbolic rituals using theatrical imagery, many elite dinners we know of, like the White House Correspondents' Dinner, the Met Gala, Paris Fashion Week, and the ones we don't know about. They get very bizarre. They gave instructions written in blood, such as mix fresh breast milk with fresh sperm milk. Use a sharp knife to cut deeply into the middle finger. And we know for a fact that people like Megan Fox have allegedly came out in an interview and she said that her and Machine Gun Kelly have done this to fuse their souls together.
But yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
We know from the Epstein files that these elites were eating and tasting human flesh. and regarding victims as code names like pizza, jerky, among others. Not only in the US, but famous Mexican actors have been accused, and one of them even said it live on TV. The Mexican actress Maria Felix, known as La Doña, famously claimed in an interview with journalist Ricardo Rocha unknowingly ate human meat. A local sheik in Morocco invited her to dinner and served a dish she described as having a small, sweet taste.
Carne humana, yo comí carne humana una vez, pero de verdad.
Ah, María.
Yo comí carne humana y Quique y yo comimos carne humana en un lugar en el Marruecos español que se llamaba, una ciudad que se llama Chauen.
En aquella...
La ciudad santa.
Estaban filmando una película.
Estábamos filmando La Corona Negra y nos invitó, uno de esos moros notables nos invitó, y este tipo le gustaba comer carne humana, pero yo no lo sabía, y nos dio a comer. A mí me gustó, era una cosa como dulzona, una carne extraña, y pregunté, y así me dijeron, carne humana, antropófaga.
Eso sí lo reconoces.
No, pero no voluntariamente. Antropófaga, no voluntariamente.
¿Y cómo te sentiste después? ¿Que era carne de qué? ¿De hombre, de mujer, de qué?
No quise preguntar, oye, ya eso ahí ya no llegué allí, pero era carne humana. Eso me lo dijo Quique, pero Quique ya había ido a deponer el estómago 2 veces. Estábamos por allá trabajando. Carne humana.
Then in 2009, a viral video of Graviela Rico Jimenez, a Mexican model, came out. Jimenez was filmed in Monterrey, Mexico, screaming in front of a hotel claiming they are eating a person and accusing global elites of cannibalism. Apparently, she was at this dinner. When she saw it was human flesh she was eating, she stood in shock and left. Authorities at the time attributed her behavior to mental health issues. She largely disappeared from the public eye shortly after. Let's be real, they probably eliminated her or have her locked up somewhere in a mental facility, if we're being real. Another story that happened recently was in a podcast called Penitencia, hosted by Saskia Niño de Rivera, where she interviews criminals about their life and their upbringing. This man named Veto said when he was younger, ages 12 to 18, he was in charge of stealing infants or children for rich Mexican elites. He said he would get paid very well and they would give him anything he wanted. And one of the names he drops is a famous Mexican actor, Carmelita Salinas.
Empecé a convivir con mucha gente del medio, ¿no? Te lo vuelvo a repetir. Carmelita Salinas, todas esas personas yo las conozco, sé cómo viven. Bueno, la Carmelita Salinas decía que era católica, ¿no? Y te compraba los niños y iba a hacer su sacrificio, ¿no?
You might know her from The Men on Fire, starring Denzel Washington. She had a very small part in that movie.
Te dejaré vivir. Pero yo no sé. Te lo juro que yo no sé. No. Pero te doy la niña.
A few days later, the episode was edited and that part was taken off. The host Saskia even gave a formal apology to those who he mentioned, and it's honestly really crazy that she would even do that. Tonight, we went down the rabbit hole, from Monsters Inc. and the idea of fear as energy, to spirit cooking, Hollywood symbolism, and the strange line between art, ritual, and conspiracy. At the end of the day, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm here to ask questions, connect the dots, and explore why these theories capture people's attention in the first place. Maybe it's all performance art, maybe it's all propaganda, maybe it's fear, or maybe people just see reflections of the real world corruption hidden inside fiction and symbolism. Whatever the truth is, always think for yourself, question everything, and don't let anybody do your thinking for you. I'm here to advise you, be careful who you idolize and who you watch, especially if you have kids. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow, share the podcast, and let us know what topics you want us to dive into next. Thank you, everybody. This was Connecting the Dots with Chuy, where we explore the paranormal, the unexplained, and the forbidden.